I'm Dino with DinoRC, and today we're at 23RC doing some videos with who Dino finds on the rocks. And today we're with...
my name is Harley Fleming. I'm from right here in Poplar, Kentucky. Been here my whole life. So pleasure to be on here.
Awesome. And how long have you been crawling or in RC's hobby in general?
Well, I got into RCs probably about 2 years ago. I didn't start out crawling. I started out actually with drift cars. And then I realized there weren't a lot of people in the drift cars locally. So I kind of gave up on that. I started getting pretty heavily into off-roading in real life. And I was wanting to build kind of a replica of my real life 4Runner. And I started YouTubing videos about people that were building scale 1/10 scale 4Runners, and it just kind of snowballed from there. I started going down the rabbit hole of trying to figure out what I needed to do to make stuff perform better. I come down here because my friend Chad Webb actually told me about this place. I didn't even know that this was a thing, and then I come here and my whole world changed because everyone down here was super helpful about telling me what to do to get into the hobby. I started out buying actually this truck. It's a RC4WD C2X, ready to run. Came with battery, transmitter, everything. And I figured I would buy that and just see how I liked it, not spend a ton of money. And I went with that. I quickly learned, after coming to a few competitions, that this truck was very capable, but not capable enough for what I wanted it to do. So I built a few other trucks since then. I built a Class 1. I built something to compete in stock class here. And then after doing that, I decided this truck needed to be upgraded. And that's kind of where we're at today. I just finished this truck after doing all the upgrades on it. New motor, new ESC, new axles, everything, the works. And I just kind of threw the book at it. And here's where we are today.
Now, me as a 50-year-old pastor, I find a lot of times that some of my peers, don't quite understand me being in the hobby, and so I wonder with you, I mean, you're tattooed up from head to toe. Did you have any issue with that? Did any of your peers think anything of it? And then what about, how was your reception into the hobby? I'm sure you probably wondered about it because I know I did for myself.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, I find there's different levels of it. There are a lot of my friends that think that I'm just kind of goofing around with a toy because they don't really understand it. And then there are other people that can't comprehend financially the amount of money that I've put into these.
Yes.
But if it's something you love, whatever, however much money you got to spend to do something you love, life's too short. Go for it. I really enjoy putting these things together. It's super therapeutic for me. If I'm having a bad day, I just go home and pull out the wrenches and start working on these.
Yes.
Every single one of my problems just vanishes because it's all I can think about, unless something goes wrong, and then I'm about to throw the truck out the window. But it's super awesome. All of my friends have been super awesome. As far as coming down here, I come to the first comp down here. It was a little intimidating at first because I didn't know what to expect. Rob and Chris basically twisted my arm and made me compete. Super nerve-wracking. I don't really consider myself to get shook up very easily, but when I started over there and I pulled the trigger for the first time, my hands started shaking.
Yeah.
My nerves got so bad, and some people may not like that, but I love that feeling.
Yes, the adrenaline.
Yeah, and I was hooked. But when I went home that evening, I just started looking at what I need to do to build a comp truck, what each class's rules were. It became obsessive for me. So,
I've come from a racing background in RC. I used to have a track at my house,
yes.
and back years ago, about 20 years ago, we used to race T-Maxes and Savages, and we ran a track there for a couple of years, and then we started buggy racing at 23RC on the carpet track. And got some buddies into the hobby then, and then you know, they changed location. No, we don't have a local carpet track anymore, but we have this awesome rock courses indoors and out. And I was already into the rocks trucks already, because as a kid, this is what, you know, I dreamed of having. Was I'd take just regular, you know, RC cars and try to build courses, and of course they wouldn't go. But so some of my racing buddies, it took a little, come with me over to the crawl, you know, and then now they've all bought trucks as well.
Yeah.
But it's definitely adrenaline, you know, even though you know, it's different. And I don't know how it is for you, but for myself, you know, I don't really worry about the competitors too much, which I do it for fun. I don't really care if I win or lose. But when I go, it's me versus the rocks.
Absolutely.
You know, me versus the gates. And, you know, I just want to do my best, whether it's hitting all 10 gates or whether I clear all 10 gates, you know, whatever the best I can do. And like I said, I'm like you, it's a lot of fun and very therapeutic. Well, show us, you know, what you've got there.
Okay. So here we have my truck. It's a RC 4-wheel drive C2X is what it started out as. It's a pretty common platform, but I don't know of a lot of people around here that are running it. There's a lot of forums and stuff online about it. It's marketed as a out-of-the-box Class 2, which I don't agree with, really. You would have to do a lot of work for it to be a true Class 2, which is what I'm trying to do. I guess we'll start out just looking around the outside of the truck. I have Proline Trencher tires on here. I have a Scalar Fab front bumper. We have IERC shock towers on here with the DraveTech shocks, which shout out to you guys for your video on how to build these, because I struggled for a long time trying to put these together until I saw your guys' video. It helped a lot, a ton actually. What else do we got on here? You know, we got Vanquish F9. So we got SSD wheels on here. I went with the white and added a little rust patina on them to match the body. I've got Crawler Innovation foams in here. Super good so far. They're super adjustable. If you take the outer most layer of foam out, it gets them really, really soft, which works out really good here for the rocks at 23 RC. They're super good. I made this myself, this cage. I weld tattoo machine, well not weld, braze tattoo machines. And so I took a brake line, 3/16 inch brake line, and I fabbed this up and brazed this whole cage up. It's hollow, but I've flipped this truck a lot over the last week and it's not bent and it's holding up. So hopefully that'll last the test of time. We'll see about it. As far as the body goes, it started out kind of like a battleship gray. I painted it this green and got some rust paint from Hobby Lobby. Kind of went around and did all that. First time I've ever did a dove nose. Interesting and very time-consuming process. Tested my patience a little bit, but it's holding up too. It's not broke yet. So put these bullet holes in the windshield. Somebody's been shooting at me. Turned out pretty cool. I think that's about it as far as the outside goes. Well, I got these links from Hardcore RC links too. Got those extended out. This truck started out as I think a 12.3 wheelbase, and it's long. It's really long now. I'm not exactly sure what the wheelbase is, but It's really stretched out.
Did that truck come with the right-hand side drive?
Yeah,
That's crazy. I never noticed that on those.
If you buy the kit, it comes with the dash is set up to where you can do either left or right. But this truck is supposed to be a Toyota Hilux, which was only offered in Europe.
Oh,
so that's the
awesome.
reason it comes as a right-hand drive.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I had never seen anybody's like that.
For sure. Oh yeah, and I got RC skids too. Forgot to mention those. Those are really nice so far.
And what do you got underneath your lid?
There's the inside of the body. I did this with resin and fiberglass. I saw an instructional video on YouTube because that's pretty much all I do when I go home is watch YouTube. And a guy told me that I should probably try this because it would be stronger than just gluing it. And I found a YouTube video showing exactly how to do it. And it seems to be pretty bomb-proof. As heavy as this truck is, as much as I flipped it over, it's not broke. So I think it'll be okay. Okay, we'll start in the front, I guess. I got a Holmes Hobby Direct Power 500. I run those in all three of my trucks now. Super strong servos will break your fingers if you're not careful. Have a Holmes Hobby Revolver, 1800 kV. I just like the snub nose. I like the snub nose a lot just because they're so compact and it keeps the weight really low. As far as the transfer case and everything, that's all completely stock. I haven't touched that. That's how it come directly out of the box, forward motor mount and everything. So that's pretty cool. Got the Incision drive shafts on here. So super cool.
How do you like your Vanquish axles?
Oh, I like them a lot. They're pricey, and I know that they're pricey, but the quality is just completely unmatched. I've never had a problem as far as like the bearings going in or anything not seating correctly. For the amount of money you pay for the axles, it's completely worth it in my opinion.
And what links did you say you're running?
Hardcore RC links.
Now, those are pretty small. I've got some, I'm not sure if that's the same ones or not, but I haven't put them on yet, and I'm a little nervous because they're so small. You haven't had any trouble with those being in?
No, they offer them in stainless and titanium. I went with the stainless just because they're cheaper, honestly, and I'm also running these on all three of my trucks, and I haven't had a single problem out of them. So, I got the Castle Mamba Micro X for the ESC. And I know a lot of people don't like the Castle whine, the Castle sound, but personally I love it. I think it sounds really cool. It sounds like a robot or something. So I'm all about it.
Yeah, I might offend you on some of my videos. You can't edit out that whine and that motor.
Yeah. And Spectrum receiver, because I've got that paired to a Spectrum DX5, which is an amazing transmitter. Super cool.
Well, is there anything else you want to add?
No, I don't think so. I mean, all I can really say is this hobby is super awesome. For anybody that's thinking about getting into it, it's super cool. You can spend as much money as you want to spend. You can get into it for a couple $100s, or you can sink your whole life savings into it. It doesn't matter what you want to do. It's a great thing, a very, very positive thing, a very positive environment for people to get into. If you just want to come down here and try it out, these guys are super, super helpful. They have trucks down here that'll let you run just to get started if you don't know what you're doing. You really have no excuse to not come down here and at least give it a try. So,
all right. Yeah. Well, we want to thank Harley for taking time to show us his truck. Really enjoyed it. I haven't had one of those yet, so I've really enjoyed looking at it and took the time to show us everything. Want to remind you guys to like and subscribe. We got some promotions and giveaways that we're doing. Some t-shirts when we hit certain subscribe levels. Got one coming up. But anyway, join our Facebook group, DinoRC group on Facebook, and you'll find out more about it, find out maybe some places that we're crawling. You can get on and post some of your trucks, and you never know, you may meet me on the rocks.